How's it going? I was preparing dinner this afternoon and I had mystery school in my ear, and he was using Paul Joseph Watson as a teaching tool, and he was accenting his teaching time with jabs about the British accent, you know, and him and I share the same point of view when it comes to the British accent. So I'll use this time to explain a bit about that. All my kids are bilingual, naturally. Came about quite naturally with my only speaking English and mother being absolutely bilingual. Our children attending kindergartens and school and intermingling socially out here at the ends of the earth, and they have just grown to become naturally bilingual. As all my children have been learning to speak, when it comes to English, they're dropping their R's. They used to be dropping their R's at the ends of their English words, and so we took them to speech pathology, and the teachers shared with us that this is a common practice when it comes to bilingual children, making shortcuts, you know, taking the quick way around. They got a lot to pack under the hood there, right? Not just learning to talk, but, well, 2 languages at least. So with a lot going on, they'll cut a corner if it's found to be acceptable, and so they'll drop the R's quite traditionally at the end of their bilingual little English words. The cuties. Yeah, smart as a whip, all of these kids. And so anyways, it was puzzling me because I mutter North American English, right? We pronounce the R's at the ends of all our words, and the amount of Peppa Pig in any of my kids' lives is minuscule, so I couldn't figure out why they were talking like Peppa Pig, you know? Well, turns out it was a shortcut. It's actually a speech impediment. Much like those Brits who claim they're speaking the Queen's English, the official version, yakety schmack, right? So the reason why they're dropping their R's is because if you look around, there's a lot of different languages, right, touching borders, right? But when you go over to North America, how many languages are touching borders, right? You've got ocean on one side, ocean on the other side, and a whole bunch of English, and then there's some French up top, and there's some Spanish down below. But really, all of our children can truly have a focus on the English language, and so they are pronouncing the R's correctly and properly at the end of their English words, right? So the British accent is actually technically a speech impediment. I lived in London for 9 months. And for 6 of those, I was the executive chef for a preschool kindergarten. And for about a month and a half, of what was left of those 9, I was a burger flipping kitchen worker for a chain pub. So I had my epiphany flipping those burgers. I flipped 30 of those burgers plus orders of other things I tended to, along pans and salads. But during 1 hour of lunch rush, I flipped 30 burgers, and in 1 hour, 1 hour's work would not be able to afford me even one of those burgers. It was a few hours after making this calculation. I don't know how I made it through 17 years of kitchen work and not putting 2 and 2 together, or should I say 30 and 1 together. At any rate, it happened. And it happened in London, England, flipping burgers for a chain pub. And Jesus Christ was born in a manger. Yeah. You know how they greet each other in London? In London, UK? You know how they greet each other? You alright? You alright? Yeah. Fucking stressful. I didn't catch on for like a month. I was taking it personally and shit. Like I had a cut on my head or something. I mean, in Canada, this question is reserved for people who've just fallen off their bike or just got hit by their boyfriend or some shit. Like, yeah, alright. And that's their baseline, right? That's the baseline stress, right? That's as friendly as they can be. They're fucking terrified over there. What else is going on over there? When I first ended up in London, UK, dude's telling me about his garden, right? I'm thinking, in the middle of this brick mess, you got a garden. I gotta see this, right? It's not a fucking garden. It's not a garden. It's his yard. It's his yard. It's a little bit of grass with a chair there. It's not a garden. They call their yards gardens. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. They don't have tomatoes back there. So I was working as an executive chef at a preschool kindergarten, right? And I mean, we all know how many blacks are running around London, right? So, a lot of the aunties and a lot of the nannies were black, big black girls. And so as well, a lot of little black kids running around. It comes to diaper changing time, right? And so the nanny, as I'm in passing, the nanny mentions upon occasions that, gotta change these nappies, First, I would take a step back and hold my breath, because, well, nappy, I'd never heard a diaper been called a nappy before, right? But it's what they call it over here. Same with soothers, are called dummies for kids, right? Yeah. Soother's bad enough. None of my kids ever had a soother once. It's this shit. I got a theory that like people with soothers are more apt to become smokers when they're older, and we can't have that. Yeah. So yeah, the nappies, right? The nappies. Where I'm from, nappy is a adjective used to explain a black person's matted hair when it's all matted and unkept, right? They say it's nappy. You nappy headed like buckwheat, right? Right? Buckwheat, Eddie Murphy, SNL, right? Yeah. So when I got this big black auntie talking about changing his nappy, I didn't know if she was just being polite in exchange for another N word. And so this was really weird. I know they call each other the N word, but what? As it happens, she's just talking about the diaper. these speech impedimented fools are calling diapers nappies. All right, so don't get any ideas with your N words over there in London. What was the bell we got? You hear that over the video? What's that put it at? These church bells, 5:45, I think. Well, it can't be taking too long. So that's about that with Paul Joseph Watson as the mystery school teaching tool for today. Part 2 I only caught there. Nathan will be on number 1 probably. I'm having a hard time sticking with you as I'm falling asleep these days, right? 4 kids and such. So yeah. But I do love you, and I'm very thankful for you to be with me as I move through these latter days